In this video today, I'll be talking about the first things you would have to do when you land in Canada. Hi guys, welcome back to Mykoko's Diary. My name is Michael. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber living in Toronto, Canada. On this channel, I talk about life in Canada and share tips on migrating to Canada. I also talk about tech and share other fun stuff on this channel. If that is the kind of content you'd like to see, consider subscribing to the channel and share my videos with all your loved ones. Thank you. In this video today, I'll be talking about the first things you would have to do when you land in Canada. That is, when you land either as a permanent resident, as a student, as a temporary worker, whatever. Whenever you land in Canada, these are the first few things you would have to do upon getting here. Please watch this video to the end. I'd like to start this video by talking about the things you can actually start from your home country even before you've landed in Canada. Number one is to look for accommodation. Of course, when you get to Canada, you would require a place, to stay. So most people, what they do is to find temporary accommodation, just a kind of place they can stay in the meantime while they settle in and look for a permanent arrangement. For example, people make use of Airbnb or hotels or some temporary apartments where there won't be any contract and they can pay month on month. Because usually you would want to see a place that you'd be renting. You'd want to be sure of the area. Also, you most likely want to get a place that is close to where you work and some other factors that might be important to you. So the first thing, even before you land in Canada, is to make arrangements for your temporary accommodation where you would first land when you get here. Another thing you can start doing even before landing is to look for a job in Canada. So I know this might only apply to permanent residents that are yet to land. You can start looking for a job even before you get to Canada by going on websites such as Indeed.ca, LinkedIn. You'd be able to search for jobs even before getting to Canada. All you'd have to do, is to create your Canadian style resume and put all that on your profile and begin to look for jobs in your in the field that you are interested in. Doing that would help you to hit the ground running, such that you might even get interviews before you land, and when you land you just resume work and start making Canadian dollars as soon as possible. The next thing is a phone number. If you already started looking for a job from your home country before landing in Canada, you would most likely need a Canadian number to be able to talk to recruiters. Most recruiters would not want to call your local number because it kind of indicates to them that you are yet to be in the country. But you can get a Canadian number using online phone apps such as TextMe, Dingtone, and the likes, and you can use that on your resume so as to use when applying for jobs, and so that Canadian recruiters can reach out to you through that number. I would advise that you let it be within maybe a month before you get to Canada, so that as soon as you get to Canada, you can get the real phone number and make use of that upon landing. One other thing I'd like to mention is to prepare for driving in Canada. For example, if you're from Nigeria and you already have up to 2 years driving experience, so to say, so you have your driver's license for more than 2 years, it would be nice for you to prepare for driving in Canada by getting a driver's license extract from the Road Safety Commission in Nigeria. In some provinces, I know for Ontario, that if you have your driver's license extract, that helps you to accelerate the process, whereby you might be able to get a full driving license within the first year of getting to Canada, instead of having to wait for some months or for a year before you can apply to the second level driver's license, and before you can get the full license. So if you have a driver license extract, you would be able to quicken the process. I made a video about driving in Canada. I'll link it up here. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, the first thing you would have to do when you get to Canada is to get your social insurance number, which is referred to as SIN. The SIN is a very important number that is used to identify you in Canada. Students, temporary residents, permanent residents are all required to obtain the SIN. You can register for this online upon landing, or you visit the Service Canada office. The Service Canada offices are almost everywhere. All you'd have to do is to just check on Google Maps and see which one is closest to you. Your SIN is a very important number that you must keep dearly, because with that number a lot of things can be done. For example, credits can be, you can use it to access credit, you can use it to access your tax information and all that. So you don't just share your SIN with anybody. In fact, there are very limited number of reasons where you would have to share your SIN with any organization. So maybe in the institution, maybe you may need to share your SIN with your employer. That is at the point of, after getting the job, your employer would need your SIN. Also, for account opening, when you want to open a bank account, you need your SIN. Also, maybe for tax documents, and when you want to file your taxes, you would need you would also need your SIN. I can't really think of any other reason why you would need your SIN, right now. So the first thing to get is your SIN. For your SIN registration, all you need is your passport and your immigration document. That is your COPR, your study permit, or your work permit. With that, you'll be able to get your SIN at any Service Canada office. The second thing is to get your phone number, and there are so many options for you. All you have to consider is to look for the one that has the best service in wherever you live or wherever you are. So ask around, go online, do your research before you choose a service provider. They usually have promos going on. You would also want to to look at that. You want to shop around and get a very good deal for yourself. For example, when we came to Canada, my first phone plan was a prepaid plan, which I got for about $30, and it was a good bargain for me at the time, considering the fact that it was during the lockdown and we weren't really going anywhere. So it worked just fine for me at that time. The next thing is to get your bank account. Yes, you need to get a bank account, and there are so many banks that you can approach for an account. All you have to do is to walk into any bank branch and you present what the documents you would most likely need would be your SIN, your passport, and your COPR, and you'd be able to open your bank account. One tip I would like to give is that make sure you also get a credit card. The credit card would be your first introduction to the Canadian credit system, and it is very important for you to start building your credit score as soon as possible. So make sure you also get the credit card, especially if you plan on living in Canada and staying back here for a long time. Open your bank account and get a credit card. There are so many banks, so many options for you, but one thing to look out for is the Newcomer programs. Most of the banks have a Newcomer program where they offer you a kind of account that does not have fees, or a kind of account that has some sort of promo on it, and kind of credit card that has a particular amount of credit limit on it. So make sure you take advantage of the Newcomer programs that these banks usually have. The next thing is to get your health insurance card. So this depends on the province where you've landed, but wherever it is, you'd be able to get your health insurance card. I know that for some provinces, the health insurance does not cover the students, but in that case, if you are on a study visa, I believe your school, your university, or your college would have some sort of health insurance in place. But for permanent residents, you are eligible for health insurance, all you have to do is to visit the appropriate offices. In Ontario, where you need to go to is the Service Ontario office. They're usually in places around. All you have to do is to go on Google Maps and search for Service Ontario. You'll be able to register for your health insurance there. They will give you a temporary slip which you can use in the meantime before they send you the card to your address. The next thing to do is to get your transit card. If you're a student, you most likely qualify for some sort of promo, maybe some sort of reduced amounts as students. And if you're a permanent resident, you should also be able to get a transit card. In Ontario, all you have to do is to get your Presto card. You can walk into any Shoppers Drug Mart to get a new Presto card. Shoppers Drug Mart is one store that you can find everywhere. You'll be able to get the card and set it up. With that card, you'll be able to take the public transport system. The next thing to do is to find a Newcomer center. When you land in Canada, of course, the government knows that you would need some sort of help to integrate into the community. Because of that, there are organizations that are set up to help newcomers to settle into the system easily. They are all over the place, and all you have to do is to go online and search for one that is close to you. Find a Newcomer center. In these centers usually help you. They would help you with your resume, the Canadian style resume. They will teach you and train you about the Canadian workplace culture and so many other programs. They also help with recruitment and all that. So you'll be doing yourself a huge favor by looking for a Newcomer center. With that, it will ease your settling into the Canadian system. I'll put a link in the description box where you can search for the closest Newcomer center to you. Make sure you take advantage of the Newcomer services because the government of Canada already paid for it, so why not take advantage of it? One other thing I would like to talk about is for you to have fun. You've come to a new country, it's a whole new experience for you, and you want to have fun. You don't just think, oh, I need to start making money. Of course you need to make money because there are bills, but make sure you explore. Make sure you find a community. Find a community, go around, make sure you have fun. See what they do in your community, what kind of sport do they do, where do they go to have fun. And with that, it will help you to integrate better into the society. One mistake some immigrants make is not integrating into the community as fast as possible. If you can go out there, see things for yourself, go to the community center, go to the library, go to the community library, register with the library, do a lot of things. It would help you to settle into the system better. You can watch this video to see the kind of things I do to have fun as an immigrant in Canada. If you enjoyed this video, please do well to give it a thumbs up and share the video with your friends. Thank you. See you in the next one.